Climate change is arguably the most significant environmental challenge facing our planet today. It influences every corner of the globe, disrupting weather patterns and altering habitats at an alarming rate. This phenomenon impacts not just wildlife but also the lives of millions of people worldwide. The term climate change encompasses a broad range of global phenomena created predominantly by burning fossil fuels, which add heat-trapping gases to Earth's atmosphere. These phenomena include more frequent and severe weather events, rising sea levels, and disruptive shifts in ecosystems and wildlife populations. In this essay, we will explore what climate change is, delve into its causes, discuss its profound impacts on biodiversity and human health, and review the global efforts to mitigate its effects. Understanding these facets is crucial for developing effective strategies to cope with and combat this global crisis. It's a call to arms to protect our planet and secure a sustainable future for the next generations. Climate change refers to significant changes in global temperatures and weather patterns over time. While climate variability can be natural, such as through volcanic eruptions and variations in solar radiation, the current rates of climate change are unprecedented and largely driven by human activities. Central to understanding this phenomenon is the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect involves certain gases in Earth's atmosphere, carbon dioxide, methane, water vapor, and others, trapping the sun's heat. This natural process keeps our planet warm enough to sustain life. However, human activities, particularly the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation, have increased the concentration of these greenhouse gases, enhancing the greenhouse effect and thus warming the planet. Understanding the science behind climate change is crucial for recognizing its seriousness and urgency. The primary culprits behind climate change are human activities that increase the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. The burning of fossil fuels, such as coal, oil, and natural gas, is the biggest contributor. This process releases large amounts of carbon dioxide, a potent greenhouse gas, into the atmosphere, exacerbating the greenhouse effect and leading to global warming. Deforestation is another significant contributor. Trees play a critical role in carbon sequestration, absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and helping to regulate the Earth's temperature. Agricultural practices, including livestock farming and rice cultivation, also produce significant amounts of methane, another powerful greenhouse gas. Addressing these human-induced causes is essential for mitigating climate change. This requires a transformative shift in our energy consumption, land use, and industrial processes, moving towards more sustainable and environmentally friendly practices. The effects of climate change are both vast and devastating. One of the most visible consequences is the increase in the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. Hurricanes, heat waves, floods, and droughts are becoming more frequent and severe, causing widespread destruction and displacement of populations. Rising sea levels caused by the melting of ice caps and glaciers and the expansion of seawater as it warms pose a significant threat to coastal communities. Low-lying island nations are particularly vulnerable, with some facing the risk of complete submersion. Prolonged droughts and shifting precipitation patterns affect water availability and quality. These changes have profound impacts on agriculture, threatening food security and increasing the risk of hunger and malnutrition. Wildfires, more prevalent and destructive due to drier conditions and higher temperatures, devastate landscapes, ecosystems, and communities. Section 5. The impact on biodiversity. Climate change poses a severe threat to global biodiversity. As temperatures rise and habitats are altered or destroyed, many species struggle to survive. These environmental changes outpace the ability of many species to adapt, leading to a decline in biodiversity, which in turn affects ecosystem functionality and resilience. Endangered species are particularly at risk. For example, polar bears depend on sea ice to hunt and breed, but melting ice has significantly reduced their habitat, threatening their survival. Coral reefs, often referred to as the rainforests of the sea, are suffering from coral bleaching, a stress response to warmer ocean temperatures. The loss of biodiversity due to climate change isn't just an environmental issue, it's a global security issue, affecting food sources, livelihoods, and the balance of entire ecosystems. Section 6. Risks to human health. The effects of climate change extend significantly into the realm of human health. Increased temperatures and more frequent heat waves pose direct health risks, including heat exhaustion and heat stroke, which can be fatal. These conditions are particularly dangerous for the elderly, children, and those with pre-existing health conditions. Warmer temperatures and altered weather patterns expand the habitats of disease-carrying insects like mosquitoes, leading to the spread of diseases such as malaria and dengue fever. Changes in water quality and availability also contribute to waterborne diseases, which can trigger widespread health crises. The stress and anxiety related to climate-induced disasters and displacement, known as eco-anxiety, are real and increasingly common. Addressing these health risks requires integrating climate considerations into public health planning and response strategies. Section 7. Global efforts to combat climate change. Internationally, nations have recognized the need to combat climate change collectively. Key agreements like the Paris Agreement aim to limit global warming to well below 2 degrees Celsius, above pre-industrial levels. Achieving this requires significant reductions in greenhouse gas emissions and increased investment in renewable energy sources. Innovations in renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric power are becoming more prevalent and economically viable. Efforts are also being made to improve energy efficiency in buildings, transportation, and industries. Reforestation and afforestation projects further aid in carbon sequestration, helping to offset emissions. These global efforts are vital for mitigating the worst impacts of climate change. Section 8. Individual actions against climate change. While global efforts are crucial, individual actions also play a significant role in combating climate change. Simple changes in daily life can collectively make a big difference. Using public transportation, biking, or walking instead of driving reduces carbon emissions and decreases traffic congestion. Supporting renewable energy sources is another impactful action. Reducing energy consumption by turning off lights and electronics when not in use also helps conserve power and reduce emissions. Recycling and minimizing waste contribute to reducing the carbon footprint. These actions, while seemingly small, can drive larger changes when adopted by many people. Section 9. Conclusion, urgency, and hope. The challenge of climate change is immense, but it is not insurmountable. There's a clear and urgent need for action at both the global and individual levels. We have the tools and knowledge to combat this crisis, but it requires immediate and sustained effort from everyone. Hope lies in the growing awareness and proactive measures being taken around the world. From international agreements to grassroots movements, efforts are being made to mitigate the impacts of climate change. By adopting more sustainable lifestyles, supporting policies that protect the environment, and educating others about the importance of climate action, we can all be part of the solution. Together, we can overcome the challenges posed by climate change and secure a healthy, sustainable future for all.